I woke up like this. I've been awake for what? My voice is still cracky. Half an hour, an hour? I think an hour. So I posted a photo on Instagram yesterday and I'll show you the picture right here. And you guys seem to really like the dewy look, the glowy look, glass skin look. And everyone said, not everyone said, I asked you, would you like to see a tutorial? And then everyone said, yes, please. I didn't even have one hater that said no. So anyways, I'm going to show you how you can create the beautiful glass skin looking skin. And as you can see, everyone said, oh my God, your skin looks so amazing. You have so healthy skin. No, girl, no. I do have to say it's getting worse and worse now, but I do think it's because I'm on a diet. I cut sugars, cold turkey, like pop, pop, pop. I cut them. That sounded very like African. I cut the sugars and I think this is kind of like a detox reaction of my healthy eating for a week. At the same time, I'm not really mad at it as long as it's gone in a few days. But right now, I actually can really show you how you can fake a healthy looking skin without adding too much product. So let's jump right in. So the first thing that I'm going to use is the Hollywood Flawless Filter it's not a foundation, primer from Charlotte Tilbury. Everyone really loved this and I was like, let me check what's about. And I got it in the shade number 5 and I think it's a little bit too darkish and too yellow, but you can create the JLo bronzy look with this. So that's why I'm going to keep it. And I'm also going to buy another lighter shade, maybe 2 or 3 to really highlight. But this is a bit too dark, but since we are going to use it as a, I would say like a tinted moisturizer, and since it's very sheer, it's not going to really show that it's really dark, and my foundation is a little lighter, so we are going to balance it out. Balance. While I'm cleaning my brush real quick, I am going to tell you that this is kind of like a 5-minute look, 10-minute look. I don't like to rush, so probably 10 minutes, but I can do it in 5. And yeah, this is kind of like my everyday look. So it's super easy. You don't need techniques, so you don't need, I don't know, like, you don't need to think about it a lot. Usually when you do your makeup super quick, it looks way more beautiful than when you took an hour to do a natural makeup. So I'm going in with this Flawless Filter Primer, using it kind of like on my whole face. I'm going to use my Lashylicious F101 brush. It's kind of like a buffing brush. I'm going to blend it all over my skin. So as you can see, it does get rid of the redness. It's a little dark. But as I said, I'm going in with my lighter foundation. So this is the first step. It's really dewy, as you can see. This is what I really like. But we need some coverage, and I'm going to blend this later on. I'm going to use this Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation, and this is in the shade Warm Beige 3.5. This is a very light, liquidy, skin-looking foundation. Nothing too crazy. The coverage is, I would say, medium. It's actually a very nice, very silky feeling foundation. So you see, this is a little bit lighter and it feels amazing as well. It feels super hydrating. So after that, I'm taking my favorite corrector from Armani. This is in shade number 2. And I'm going to correct my dark circles, especially right here. And I'm blending this with my concealer buffer from Zoeva, just to get rid of the bluish, purplish color, because the more you correct, the less you need to use a concealer. And the less it's going to crease, the less you need powder, blah, 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 blah. All good things for a glass-looking skin. I didn't even drink coffee this morning. I feel like a zombie. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so I'm only allowed to eat between 12 p.m. till 8 p.m. And I thought, let me just film real quick, but I'm feeling tired. But my mind is clear though. Good focus, clear mind. So if you look really close, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but if you look really close, you can see some oranginess, but we are going to cover that up with concealer. And the concealer that I'm going to use, surprise, surprise, Jouer High Covering Concealer in Macadamia. We say macadamia? Macadamia. Okay, so a few dots over here. Okay, so same brush. Just blending everything. I'm also blending it on the sides of my nose to get rid of the redness right there. I'm not going to powder anything yet because when we are going to apply the powder highlighter, it's really going to look super wet since the base is still wet. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm taking my bronzer, Dark Deep from MAC Cosmetics. Usually I use Give Me Sun, but I feel like Dark Deep is a little bit more, you know, like a little bit more summer, a little darker, a little bit more defined. So I'm going in with this and I'm taking a Elsa Makeup bronzing brush and kind of going to lightly contour the face, lightly, but at the same time I'm going to bronze it up. So and since this color is quite deep, you don't need to use that much. So I'm also using it as a blush, as a bronzer, just to have this beautiful bronzy glow all over my face. You see how much of a difference that is? So much warmer on this side. And if you're thinking why I'm not using a cream contour, which I usually do, is because, sorry, the base is like super wet and dewy looking. If I'm going in with a cream contour as well, then I have to really powder it for it to be long lasting, natural looking, and powder is not really going to do anything good for glass looking skin. So that's why I'm using this powder bronzer, because it already blends super well with this foundation and primer, but at the same time you kind of like set the foundation as well, so you don't need that much powder, if that makes sense. By the way, this look is also perfect for mommies out there if you don't have a lot of time, or hardworking woman if you have to get up at 7, go to work, or feed your kids or whatever, if you don't have a lot of time, or if you do have an annoying husband that says, are you ready, are you ready, are you ready, are you ready, how much longer do you need, blah blah blah, this is the look. So when I do this look, I also feel like, is this how I going to look when I will be a mom, maybe one day. Now I'm going to use my NARS liquid blush in a Hot Tin Roof, and this is a very, very pigmented blush, so I'm only going to use this much. And I'm just using my foundation brush to blend this. With this look, I personally love a bit of a blush because we're not going to concentrate on the eyes. So we still have a bit of color on our face. And then for highlighter, the one I used was the Hyper Real Glow from MAC. You can use any highlighter you want. Your favorite highlighter, it doesn't matter because the skin is still wettish. So it's going to look amazing. I am usually mixing all these 3 colors together. And the brush that I'm using is Anastasia Beverly Hills A23. So now we're already super shiny. It looks like I have healthy skin underneath this foundation except for a few bumps, but we didn't even use a super high covering foundation or 3 or 4 pumps of a foundation, so it feels very light on the skin as well. Usually with my brows, since this look is super light, I don't really do anything with my eyes, just a bit of bronzer, which I'm going to show you in a second. If I do my eyebrows like I usually do, they are going to look too harsh because we have nothing on the eyes. So I try to keep them super natural, but if you are lucky and you have beautiful bushy brows, I feel like just maybe use a brow gel and leave it like that. I do need to fill in some gaps, as you can see, but that's the only thing I do, and I will show you that. Usually I do it off camera, but since this is quite different, I will show you what I do. Taking my Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefits in number 4, I'm going to comb all the hair upwards, like this. Then I'm going to kind of like draw a line and fill in the gaps where I feel like I'm missing hair. Okay, so this is pretty bold already, so I'm going to use a little bit of concealer to kind of like make the brow look more thin. And that's it. So it's way thinner than what I usually do, but with a naked look it looks way better. So I'm using the brow gel from Benefits, the Give Me Brow. And then to lighten up my brows, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills in Caramel. Like that. So whatever is left on my hand, the concealer, I'm going to put it on my lids to kind of like get rid of the veins. I have a lot of visible veins on my eyelids, so I'm just kind of like getting rid of it. But don't apply too much because it can crease, and we're not going to put that much powder or anything on our eyelids. So the only thing I pretty much apply on my eyes is this bronzer that we've used on our face, the Deep Tan from MAC. I'm just taking a fluffy brush. This is from Molly O'Brien in Ava M07. And I'm just dipping in my bronzer. We're just warming up the eyes. If I don't do that, my eyes are quite, I would say flat looking. So nothing deep going on. So I'm just faking, kind of like creating the illusion that they're sitting a little bit deeper into my skull. So I'm a little out of breath because I needed to go downstairs to get my lipstick out of my bag. I need to work on my conditioner. Whew. Okay, so the lipstick that I'm talking about is Sisley. It's French. In number 10, it's this one. I will link everything in the description box below. But, oh my God, I'm so out of breath. Give me a sec. I'm back. So you can use a liquid lipstick, a gloss, a lip balm, and you can also use this super beautiful bright red or pink color on your lips. It's going to look beautiful as well. But as usual, I'm going for nude. And I've been really, really loving this lipstick. The texture is amazing. It kind of like blurs out your lips, so you don't really see that if they're dry or if you have, I don't know, I always do this. So it covers all my bad habits. And I'm also going to use this Dose of Colors Nitty Gritty Lip Liner. I feel like saying that very British, nitty gritty. Okay, here we go. So I'm taking my Sisley lipstick. It's also super moisturizing. I also forgot to do something on my eyes. Usually I take an Urban Decay pencil in a brown color. This is Double Life. It has a bit of a shimmer to it, but this is the only thing I do. So I just kind of like fading it like that. It's the only thing I do. You can also tight line a bit if you want. You can also use a bright eye pencil on your waterline to make your eyes look a little bit bigger. You can use a darker pencil to make them a little bit more sultry, but I'm just going to leave it like this because this is kind of like my I just woke up like this and I'm tired, but I still look good. Look, you know, something like that. But I'm going to use this Beauty Blender Redo setting spray. It's kind of like a fixing spray, I think. Oh, it's set and refresh spray, but I love it. If you have oily skin, stay away from it, but it gives a beautiful, nice, dewy, glowy finish. So guys, this is pretty much all that I do for this 5-minute makeup tutorial for kind of like a glass looking skin. You have to admit my skin looked not this good before I started doing my makeup. Also, if you take a very close look, you can still see that my skin looks like skin. I think it would be weird to have a full coverage face without anything on your eyes. That would be weird. Obviously, it took me a little longer because, you know, I have to film this, but when I'm in a rush, I can definitely do this in 5 minutes. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, my voice. Hit that notification bell and follow me on my other social channels. And I'm going to have a coffee right now. See you later, alligator. Bye. I need some coffee. What am I faking? A healthy life, healthy skin. Voice is cracking. I'm hungry, but I'm fat as well.